Hello, hi, Kauki here, back with Gekishin Squadra. Today's tier list is a very special one. It's the end of season 0. Season 1 is underway, so I thought why not update my last tier list with a new one now that I'm officially S tier in damage in this game. So I played this game a very, very good amount. I love it very, very much. And I think there's a lot to say about the current balance of the game. That's why I'm making this tier list to update everything that I have made in my previous one. There's some definite changes from the last one, so this will be an interesting one. Before we dive into this tier list, if you enjoy these types of videos, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, let's dive right in. Let's begin the tier list. So, first one on the list, easily S tier. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Goku is right now one of the most unbalanced characters in this whole game. He's definitely very strong in this game. Um, by the way, before I continue, best in role is gonna be picked at the end. Right now, I'm just gonna be picking for the tiers down below, and then at the end, I'm just gonna put the best in role for each character. So, Goku is very, very good. Let me break down why he is genuinely, probably the best damage dealer in the game. He's contending with another character that I'm going to be talking about later on. So, Goku has everything, right? He has this overpowered move called Kamehameha, right? Yeah. Combo that with Kaioken, you're dead. Okay? You cannot escape it. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, you actually lived that? Well, it doesn't matter. He just meteor hammers you and you're dead. Goku has everything in his arsenal to just completely evaporate any character in the game. Oh, you're in a team fight? Oh, well, just Spirit Bomb. Everyone's dead. You cannot escape this humongous move right here because the range is ridiculously high. Okay? And the worst part about the Spirit Bomb is even if you dodge it, if you accidentally walk into it after it hits the ground, you are still gonna die, essentially, right? So, Spirit Bomb, genuinely one of the most insane ults in the late game because, at first it's not that crazy, right? You can still dodge it, you can still move around it. Like I'm not gonna like glaze the Spirit Bomb too much at the start, but at the end, oh my god, it becomes a powerhouse. And Spirit Bomb is one of the best moves in the game to just easily take the mini bosses from Nappa to 17, and then you can just steal them, right? Easily. So to me, Goku is easily S tier. I don't think I have to talk more about how good Goku is. Moving on, let's now talk about Piccolo. So I've had a lot of people, right, being all mad at me for putting Piccolo at I think at C tier. I'm not too sure, but I definitely did put him like in a low position last time, and for good reason. I think Piccolo can be really good. Maybe in one out of 10 games, right? No disrespect to Piccolo, but he got emergency buffs because of how low his win rate is. The buff is not yet in effect. I think it will probably be in once the season 1 starts. But, if you get buffed before season 1 starts, then you're probably not in a very good position. And yeah, again, I'm not gonna talk about ranks a lot, but I think a lot of people bring out the whole like, oh, I had a friend who was A or S tier that tells me that Piccolo is good or whatnot, right? I played a ton of games, and usually like 80 to 90% of the time, if you are facing a Piccolo in higher ranks, you're probably destroying him with no difficulty, right? If you know how to play the game, Piccolo's not doing anything to you. Okay, I'm not saying Piccolo doesn't have good potential, but he is nowhere near any of the really, really good characters. I can give him like more credits now, but I still think he's not in a very good position, unfortunately. Maybe after the buff that he's receiving at the start of season one, I can actually put him higher. But for now, I'm gonna give him a very, very, very harsh C tier, in my opinion. Definitely could be better, but let me like actually, I haven't really shown his moves and really mainly talk about the problems I have with him. So, I think his light grenade damage is not as high as it should be. Now, with the recent buff, they lowered the cooldown for this move. So now you should be more consistent with just damaging opponents, right? So I'm very like, I'm very happy about that. However, like this is probably your best move here, right? The worst move of all time is this one right here. This does absolutely nothing to help you kill people. Okay, like yes, can it help in certain niche situations? Maybe, but with Piccolo, you need a lot of damage, and if the only way of doing damage is light grenade, demon whip into rush attack, and maybe special beam cannon, I'm not. Look, special beam cannon is really good if you get opponents off guard, but in most cases, if someone is seeing you charge that, they're gonna easily just dodge out of the way or just vanish. Right? There's so many ways of easily navigating through this move, and I'm sorry if you're just sitting there charging that up. I'm gonna easily kill you with something, right? Like there's nothing you can do against me with that. So Piccolo is most definitely a C tier. I know that's harsh, but this is my opinion. Let's be civil in the comments. I don't want people fighting me about my opinions. I played this game for a lot of time now, and just based on how good other like characters are in this game, that's why I'm just putting Piccolo C. I'm not saying he's bad. There's no quote unquote bad character in this game. Okay, all of these characters are either decent or very, very good. However, if you're decent, you're not competing with the best. So, I know that was a long like rant, but I've had some people talk to me about Piccolo and whatnot, so just wanted to respond to those people. Moving on to Frieza, first form. The biggest troll pick in the game. I'm sorry. Like, I want to give credit to Frieza because I think he's much better now than what he was before. And I think there's like 1 in 100 good Friezas. But in most situations, if you're playing Frieza against me, I know that game is just 100% won by me, right? Like there's no, like you're trolling. You're picking a character that's literally at the moment not suited for this game. Okay? Playing Zarbon, Dodoria, they're good whenever you position them really well. Like if you are a very, very good Frieza, you know how like to position them. But even then, the opponent can still get past that and easily kill you. Like Frieza has a very just low health. Like I think if his health maybe is a little better, maybe he'll be like more terrifying to fight. But for now, I just think Frieza is just more annoying than anything else. He's not really strong or anything, right? I have never fought a Frieza where I'm like, yo, this Frieza right here carried. It's always just someone picking Frieza, and I'm like, oh my god, if that Frieza is on my team, there's no chance I'm winning. Okay, like I'm sorry for Frieza fans, but yeah, you play this in high ranks, you're not winning. That's my honest and complete opinion on Frieza right now. He definitely needs a lot of buffs, and he did get like a small buff for Zarbon and Imperial Decree. So Imperial Decree should make like these two do more damage, and Zarbon should be recalling more smoothly. I don't know what that means, but we'll see in season 1 if that helps him out in the tier list. But for now, he's a definite C tier. Moving on to Baby. Baby is a weird one. He's definitely not as good as he used to be, right? Like I don't think he's bad because a good Baby knows how to survive a lot. And my problem with Baby now is he's not as good of a tank as he used to be. Like that's his main issue. Like back then, I feel like no Baby died in game, right? But maybe that was because again, nobody was experienced with the game, so nobody really knew a way to kill Baby. But still, I think Baby back then really performed very well. I still think Baby is like relatively decent. I don't think he is nowhere near the best in the game. That's my main issue. I think his ult is absolute just garbage. You can easily dodge out of the way. There's nothing baby can do. And there is like an actual long animation for that ult. So if anyone sees you ulting, they can just dodge out of the way and then go back to killing you. Baby is genuinely like a character that needs a heavy buff right now. It is not good at all when it comes to, I don't know, like I would say carry, right? But he's not bad as in, oh, if there's a baby on my team, I'm like upset or something, right? So I would say baby is probably the first B tier, just because I don't think baby is a good enough character to carry games as a tank. So that's my opinion on him. Let me actually just break down his moves real quick. So you have this one. This is probably your best ability, right? This is the best ability to damage people, and the range is really good. Baby can really be annoying, especially, you know, like the main issue with this one is it pushes enemies away. So if you are trying to, I don't know, kill someone from far away, you're probably gonna push them away from that damage. But if you're doing this in a like short range, you can actually do quite a lot of damage with this one, right? But again, it's not that crazy. It's still good, but not the best one, I would say. I'd say his passive is relatively like useless in most situations. Like I've never seen like a baby really use his passive in a crazy way, right? Like never have I ever run into a baby where that passive was game changing. I feel like that needs rework, where that passive stays on longer, because I feel like it definitely could be something if they change how it works. His second skill is like it's all right, you know. It gives you more defense. It prevents the opponent from like running away, but again, it just doesn't really help with doing too much, right? Like it's definitely your you know, it's an ability that you can use. It's not useless. This one is, you know, babies like bread and butter. The way you can just run away from people, you know, heal, go back again and fight. Like if you know how to use this, utilize this one, you'll be like very much useful in battle. And that's probably like baby's best ability. So yeah, this one is garbage. I'm not even gonna talk about it because oh my god, that range is horrendous. You know, even at like max level, this is max level by the way, and this range is nothing. So moving on to Zamasu. I think Zamasu is actually quite decent. Like never have I run into like a bad Zamasu. Because again, like the fact that they can actually just regenerate their own health, even if they die, like that revival right there is insane. Like I'm not going to lie. I think that's what makes Zamasu from like an average tank to a really good one. Um, he's not like the best tank in the game or anything, but I think he does like his job well enough where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's very useful. This one is actually hell annoying because the range for this one is crazy high. If you're trying to run away, it will still hit you, and that movement speed down is actually huge. It will slow you down by a ton. And this one is probably one of like the craziest moves for Zamasu if used well, because you can redirect the opponent in the opposite side if you know how to use Zamasu. I've seen really good Zamasu use this as a way to push enemies back so that they can't actually run, which is insane, right? But again, this really needs a very skilled Zamasu in order to be fully utilized. This one is very annoying. You know, it applies continuous damage for every enemy in the set direction. The range is huge, and you know the animation for it is very short, so you really can't escape this if you are within range, right? So again, I feel like his kit is definitely just solid overall. There's no bad move that Zamasu has, right? And his ult is really good because again, oh, you're gonna die, it doesn't matter, you just ult yourself. Now you're protected, and you have this crazy movement speed down on all enemies within the surrounding. So I think Zamasu is genuinely like a very, very good hero. Like he's solid. Nothing bad I can say about Zamasu. Genuinely. Moving on to Super Oob. Ooh, Super Oob is really good. Like I've played Super. He's genuinely one of the most fun characters to like play, in my opinion. Like I think the fact that you can just tack like these cyclones or whatever you want to call them, right? So the cyclone streams, they're really good because again, the more you get these on your head, the more damage you'll be dealing. And really good so like Oob players, man, they can mow down enemies with ease. And I can tell you this right here is probably the best ability Oob has. I'm not going to lie. The fact that you can just rush 3 times is crazy. No one can run away from you while using this one. You know, like genuinely, if you are playing Oob, I think like you want to focus this one first to level 3 because it's so very much like insanely good. I don't look, I'm not an Oob main, so like maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is his best move. Every time like an Oob is against me, I just can't run away if he uses this, right? You can keep on using it 3 times and just maybe finish me off with the first skill, which is crazy, right? This one is probably in the mid, like could have been better. Um, Weakest move Oop has. It's not bad, but it's just not great either. Because what it does, it uses the cyclone and just makes your attacks faster, and it also gives you no obstruction, meaning nobody's gonna debuff you or stun you or anything. But again, it's very niche, and also you don't want to really use these cyclones up until the ult, because the more of these cyclones you collect, the more damage you'll be doing. So I feel like this really kind of doesn't. There's no synergy between this one and this one, right? If you use this one, you won't have the full potential of the ults. So yeah, I don't like this ability too much. I think if there's one thing that could save this ability, if you remove the fact that this uses the cyclones in your head. That's my honest opinion on Oob. But Oob is a really just great character overall. I think he just decimates people if he's in the right hands. So I would easily just put Oob at A tier for sure. By the way, no, you know what? I'm actually gonna put him S tier. Yeah, no. What am I talking about? Like Oob is actually just genuinely really good. So no complaints from me from Oob. Just his second ability is a little lacking, but other than that, really great character. Moving on to our is this the first? No, that's the second technical. I thought he was the first technical because I forgot Frieza existed. That's why. Uh you have my boy Krillin. Okay, Krillin. I think Krillin is a great tech. Genuinely, probably one of the best. The nerf did do a big number on him. However, he's still like really good. Like I don't think he's bad at all. That has not changed. Okay, his whole kit is just built to annoy people, right? You have the energy mine. Oh my god, this one right here, like I have trauma from this bullshit, okay? You run into something, boom, you get damaged. You try and run away, boom, you still get damaged. You also get marked, meaning, oh, you try and run away while you have low health, he can just scatter energy wave you and you're dead, right? It's insane. Oh, wow, you're actually trying to fight in a team fight? Doesn't matter. Solo flare. He can solo flare the whole goddamn map if this is a level 3. It's just so annoying. His kit is built to annoy people. And his Destructo Disc is genuinely one of the most insane ults in this game for a tech character. This is a tech character, by the way. How does this do more damage than most regular ults that damage dealer have, man? It's absolutely bullshit that Krillin does more damage than Bojack or maybe Daima Goku or any of these damage dealers with just his ults. He's a tech character. This is something I cannot understand, and I have very big stigma against Krillin players. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I hate Krillin players so much. Even if they are on my team, they just play so poorly on my side. But if they're against me, oh my god, I'm getting my shit clapped. So, with that being said, I think Krillin is a definite S tier for sure. Yeah, easy S tier. Not on in my mind. I think he's very good. Moving on to Dabura. Ooh, Dabura is an interesting one, right? Because this is my opinion on him. I think Dabura on a 1v1 situations, he will always win, right? His huge pool of health is crazy for a damage dealer. He feels more of a tank than an actual damage dealer. Dabura is crazy when it comes to 1v1s. I don't think there's a single character that's really good for 1v1s as Dabura is. Because, yeah, if you're in a 1v1 situation with Dabura, he's probably going to win that. Like, easy, right? Because of his passive. Like, there's so many ways to just, like, decimate people with your moves, right? You can doom ray people and then evil flame them. Oh, if they're trying to run, just darkness spear them and then use your passive to stun them. They're completely dead, right? You have your ult thing again. To me, that's probably his like weakest move. And yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot. And the range is not the greatest, I'm gonna be honest. And even if like it hits like a lot of people, it's just not gonna do too much, right? My issue with Dabura is I don't think he's great when it comes to being in like team fight situations. Um like he doesn't have a lot of moves that are great for team fights. I'm gonna be completely honest. There's not enough explosiveness to his kit when it comes to like fighting multiple enemies. That's his primary issue. Like whenever I'm playing as Dabura, I feel like, oh my god, if I engage in this fight right here, I'm just gonna die. There's nothing I can do. Even though early on I was getting kills, I was literally just ahead of everybody. But just Dabura does not excel at fighting multiple opponents. Like that's the unfortunate fact. Like especially like even if you like fully have the passive on everyone, right? You cannot just start spitting on everyone because that bar can go down if someone just escapes from the actual range. So again, that's the biggest issue that Dabura has, and that's to me is the reason I would put him at A tier instead of you know S tier. He's still really good, just not great at fighting multiple opponents. So Dabura is definitely an A tier here. Okay. Moving on to a lot of people have like opinions on this character, they don't like Boo, you know um I'm sick of the Boo hatred, man. I'm not even a Boo player, but man, the amount of hate I see on this guy right here is crazy. Because I do think Boo is genuinely great when it comes to early fights. His strangle gum is so annoying to deal with because of how much it does to the opponent, right? He can't really run away. He has a debuff in his attack. And, if your teammate is like very low, you can just use healing ray and hey, problem solved. You don't have to go back to the tower or rely on it, even if the Zeno is on your or attacking on your side. So you can just healing ray the ally and you're good to go. Ready go is really good if you're trying to protect someone or if you're trying to run away, right? Just there's so many uses for this one. And Candy Ray, you can even if you don't hit anyone, you can still use this as a way to just gather in that small place and just heal yourself and your allies. I think there are really good things with Boo. My only big issue with Boo is he really struggles in team fights. Like Boo in team fights is like it feels like he's useless. Like I have never felt like Boo's presence in any team fight. That is the biggest issue with Boo. I think early Boo is really good. Very late Boo is just not doing enough, right? Not enough damage, not enough support, not enough anything. That's his primary issue. That's why I think he definitely needs like a buff to maybe his attack or maybe a rework for one of his attacks. Because Boo can really be a menace if put in the right hands. But again, like late game, which is probably the most important part of this game, is not his strongest suits. That is primarily why I would just put him at C tier. Top of C tier, to be honest. You know what? Man, I want to pump him up to B because I do think Boo is really good. I just, like I can't. I have to be honest with myself and just say that Boo, unfortunately, is not the greatest when it comes to just doing what other technicals do. So that's why he's in C tier. Moving on with 18. 18 is absurdly overpowered when it comes to her ult, her stacking, and everything else, right? 18 is really good. Like, she does a very good job at just doing damage, right? So her idea is just like assault rush, right? You have to constantly put these stacks on the opponent, and the more the stacks the opponent has, the more damage you deal with this one, which is probably the most explosive move you have. It's crazy good. You just dash to the opponents. You'll be doing way more damage the more assault rush you have on the opponent. So how do you do that? You either use your first skill or assault dash, which you can continuously use it every time you hit the opponent. So you want to assault dash 3 times on the opponent, and maybe use one destructive disc, and then finish him off with this one. Like, that combo just instantly kills like everyone in the game. Oh, he's not dead? It doesn't matter. Just ult him, because he cannot run away from it. Like, genuinely, it feels horrible to die to an 18 ult because you can't do anything about it. Like, if she hit that, you're dead. There is like that one brief window at the start of the game where this ult has not yet has not yet reached its full potential with its range. You can actually dodge, but again, because of how fast she does it, it's really hard to do so. But there is that one small window where you can dodge this move. Still, this is such an insanely crazy move. And yeah, if she has full stacks on you and she ults you, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. With that said, I think she's easily S tier. Right? Definitely a great character to carry games. Moving on with Caulifla. That's an interesting one. Okay, Caulifla, I've had her really low on my list. At the first like 3 days of the game, because again, I generally didn't really see her full potential until now. Look, she is literally the meaning of tank in this game. Crazy tank potential. It feels like she never dies. That's her thing, right? Her passive, like, basically just gives buff resistant to enemies with provoked status, meaning everyone that you're fighting, right? Because Storm Kick is gonna apply provoked, and what provoked does for those for people who don't know is it basically makes enemies that are like fighting you and your teammates only focus you. They can't attack anybody else. The skills have to hit you in particular. It's very annoying. It really helps out like anyone on your side of the team, because everyone is going to be focusing you and not your damage dealer. So very, very crazy move. Provoked is just very annoying to deal with, and again, she really doesn't die. If someone is trying to run away from you, you can just blaze dive, and if that enemy already has provoked at them, you'll deal even more damage to them. Oh, well, someone is trying to use something crazy like a Kamehameha or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. Just energy release. You're fully protected, and also you'll gain a moving speed up. So it's crazy, right? So you have this one. To be honest, not the best ult. like, it still like does something, right? Like, it's very good in team fights because maybe you want them to focus you. So you want to like really use this one whenever you are in a team fight and you don't want the opponents to focus other targets but you. So this is a great way to just make the opponents focus you only. And yeah, that's primarily why she is genuinely one of the best tanks in the game, because she does her job so well. She never dies. She has a huge pool of health, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with Caulifla at all. So I would easily say now that yeah, she's definitely S tier. Um, okay, I don't even need to talk about this dude, right? I think everyone knows how crazy Cooler is. Like, all right, let's be honest. This character right here, where is he, man? Am I blind? Yeah, there you go. This character right here is like a big problem. it, even though it's a tank, it feels more of a hybrid of both damage dealer and being a tank. He never dies. Like, his attacks do a lot of damage. Um, his retaliation skills are absurdly crazy. The fact that you can apply immune to yourself every time you use a skill, that's insane. You literally like, oh, someone uses a crazy hit on you, it doesn't matter. You just use any skill. Now you suddenly just don't get attacked really, and you have this crazy armor on you that continuously regenerates whenever you're not in battle. So even if you don't really go back and heal, you still have a way to heal yourself. The structure ray like range is crazy. So if someone is very low health, you can just boom laser that bitch and he's dead. There's no way he's running. Like, I'm sorry, he's insane. And also applies continuous damage because why not, right? You also have Death Stopper, great way of just dealing. It deals a little bit of damage, but it also just applies high pressure, which will like stagger enemies if it hits them multiple times, right? And movement speed down is great for anyone that's trying to run away from you. So just a great skill all around. Days Chaser is crazy because if this skill right here is not really a problem until you have retaliation on, because you can just grab the opponent and then put him down, deal a crazy amount of damage, and you also apply movement speed down to him. So he can't run away. You're dealing crazy damage to him. And yeah, just there's nothing you can do against Cooler. And oh my god, the most cancerous ult for a tank has to be Atomic Supernova, man. The fact that you cannot run away whenever this hits you is absolutely crazy. This prevents you from doing anything, especially in late game, because you are in the middle right now, right? You're gonna fully just get caught with this, and maybe if you have a Goku on your team that's really good, he's just gonna ult you too. So again, crazy combo you can do with this move right here. It just prevents people from running away. It deals like a great amount of damage, and just all around very annoying. So yeah, I don't think I need to talk about Cooler more. He's definitely one of the best tanks in the game. Um, Moving on to Bojack. I think I've had Bojack or very low on my tier list, and I've seen a lot of people say he's very bad, and I understand that perspective. But I genuinely think now, after playing against like multiple good Bojacks, that Bojack on the right hand can easily decimate opponents. Like his damage potential is crazy because his AoEs can be insanely high. His range for the Galactic Buster is crazy. You cannot run away from it at level 3. You can like combo that with Cosmic Bloom, which is basically like I would say this is a weaker third skill of like Kale, but still it does like the same thing. It deals more damage if you use Galactic Buster on it, right? And you have Psycho Thread, which, just slow down enemies and prevents them from running away. It's very annoying. His definitely worst thing is just his ult. I think that's what's holding Bojack from being from like you know, from an okay character to a great one. Like his ult is just really bad. In most situation, you won't be caught. You can just easily escape, right? There's very niche situations where your ult is actually useful. But I think overall, like the fact that you just stay still for that whole duration, the opponent gets just really just escape, and it doesn't help that there's no debuffs applied on anyone that's been hit, like a movement speed down or anything. The opponent can just vanish out of the way, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? He fully escaped your ult. So Giga Grand Smasher is definitely like the thing that's making Bojack from an okay like fighter to a great one. So I'm really like, based on the Bojacks I've actually fought, he can be useful if played well. So based on that, I'll put him in B tier. Moving on to Son Gohan. I've rated this character very, very highly. I put him best in role in my last tier list because I still think he's great. I still think Gohan is genuinely, like, easily one of the best tech characters in the game. He just does a lot, right? He has so many buffs applied on you and your teammates. His Masenko does so much damage. His Masenyaku like stun is absurdly annoying because if he catches you with this, yeah, he can just combo that with a Masenko, and if you know he has his ally like with him, you're just dead. There's nothing you can do about it. So a really good Gohan can decimate like opponents by himself. So and his shattering beam is so clutch in a lot of situations. Like even before that, like your exploding rage giving you just so many buffs to you and your allies is crazy good. And you can just finish it off with the shattering beam if you know things get too hectic, right? Um the fact that your passive gives you and your ally more defense and and also more attack is crazy, right? So like to me Gohan is genuinely still one of the best tech heroes. I still like there's one hero here that I think is better than Gohan for the wrong reasons, unfortunately, but Gohan is a genuine S tier. That hasn't changed. Really, really great character. Now moving on to Trunks. Ooh, Trunks is interesting because I do think Trunks is a good character, right? Because his damage potential is very high in the game, but I don't think it's as high as someone like Goku. And the reason I'm comparing Trunks to Goku because they are kind of similar if you think about it. They do have, like the first and the second ability are very similar to each other, right? The Burst Sword is like a shorter version of the Kamehameha, and Venice Strike is just Meteor Strike. That's literally kind of the same attack, right? Venice Strike is very like slightly faster than the Meteor Strike, and I mean that's very good. But I think the main thing that makes Goku just above Trunks for me is his Kaioken. Like I think Burning Attack is still very useful. Like you can cause a lot of confusion with this, and you can even run away from people just by using this attack, right? But I think the Kaioken is just better overall because Goku is very good at doing this one thing, which is just damage dealing. And Trunks is really versatile when it comes to his kits, right? I think his ult is not just, oh, okay, throw the damn thing and run away. No, you have to actually do it in one place and then you can redirect to another place, right? So it's very good in that department as it gives you more options to do. It's not as good as the Spirit Bomb at its full potential, but it's still very useful. I just think the only thing that's holding Trunks back from becoming like as great as Goku is the Kaioken, because the Kaioken just makes the Kamehameha like infinitely more better. It has like Kamehameha has more range too, right? And also, the difference between the Vanish Strike and the Meteor Strike is the Kaioken makes the actual Meteor Strike also stagger the opponent, which Vanish Strike just does not have. So again, um, really great characters. I just think Goku is a character that is better uh, than Trunks. That's my whole opinion. I still think Trunks can easily be played, and maybe I don't know. My opinion can easily change in the future because I think the main reason not a lot of people are playing Trunks is because not a lot of people have Trunks. Is he is like one of the characters that are harder to get, so you'd see a lot more Gokus than him. So maybe in the future, my opinion will change. But for now, I do think Trunks is not as great as Goku. I think Trunks could like be a really good solid S tier here. Like I know there's a lot of S tiers in here, but again, generally I think the game has so many good characters. That's why like I'm really having a lot of fun with this game because you can just try out any characters, you'll be having fun most of the time. So, um, moving on to Vegeta. Vegeta is an interesting character because I did have him as the best tank in the previous tier list. And I still agree that he is very good. He's just not the best tank in the game anymore, to me at least. I think Vegeta is really solid overall. His kit is just really good. Like, there's one bad thing about Vegeta, it's his ult, right? Let's be honest, his ult is complete garbage. Like, I'm not saying it's useless, but it's not doing much. Okay, let's just say that it's a poor man version of Cooler's ult. That's, you know, that's the truth, ain't it? But his skills are actually solid. The energy blast volley, you could actually get in some damage with it. The photon bomber is his best skill for sure. Like you always want to level this up first because of the pull ability. Like pulling enemies is always so useful because you want to prevent them from running away. So photon bomber is actually just a great skill. And explosive wave is just a great way to gain your armor back. If you are like, I don't know, maybe half health, you can get back like all of your health if the enemies are attacking you, which is insanely good. So Vegeta has a really solid kit. Like the only thing preventing him from being just a genuinely probably the best tank in the game is like his ult attack. It's not as great as Cooler's. Cooler's at least pulls you in into the middle and prevents you from running away. But this one just does like peanut type of damage. Nobody's like actually dying from this, like unless they're very low in health, right? So I don't know. His ult is definitely the weak link out of everything, but Vegeta is definitely a solid tank overall. I still think he's an S tier. So yeah, so that is primarily why I'm gonna be putting him in. Yeah, I'm still gonna put him S tier. I know there's a lot of S tiers here, but I don't care. If I think a character is S tier, I'll put him in S tier. So, um, moving on to a Goku mini. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. Um, Daima Goku. I think Daima Goku is solid. I have like just one thing I hate about this guy. It's not, the character. I think this trap has been laid out for a lot of people, including me, and a lot of us unfortunately have fell for it, which is acquiring his memory shards. Like I know this is not related to the tier list, but I hate Damagoku to this day for this one move that they did, which they made us basically take 5,000 of his shards so we can upgrade him early, but we didn't anticipate the Zenith route from the game. Anywho, let's actually move on to his attacks now. I think Daimagoku is very solid, right? His attacks are like decent. They're not bad, but I don't think he is up to par with the best. His main thing here is the Pansy Wasabi bomb, right? Like you can just focus on this one move, combo this off with glorious lightning bolts. You're gonna have the crazy damage potential with Damagoku. The only thing I really just don't like about Damagoku is the power pole dance. It's not useless, it's for evasive maneuvers if you want to like run away, or just reduce the amount of damage you're getting. Sometimes you can get to someone, as you can see from like the video, but in most cases you're really not doing that. So I don't know, to me, like Daima Goku is really good, just not as good as the other DPSs in the game. I think his ult is really weak overall. Like the range for it is actually very poor. It could be just better, right? And the damage could definitely be higher. The one thing I like about his ult is he does gain immune to all at the start of the ult, so you could kind of use it as a evasive maneuver and also attack the opponents with it. But I just don't like the range for it. Like if you see Daima Goku ulting, you have a very big chance of just evading it. So that's one thing I really don't like about Daima Goku. Overall, again, like his kit is solid, nothing bad, but nothing too crazy. So I would say that's why I'm putting him in A tier. He's still good, but not as good as the others here. So, Cell perfect. Well, they say it's perfect, but I don't agree. I think Cell is good. I'm not gonna shit on Cell because I do think Cell is really good as a tank. He definitely like I think biggest problem with Cell is early game. Early game could really just make or break Cell, right? If you know how to play Cell, you probably not want to engage battles until you're fully transformed because, oh my god, that health pool is abysmal. You're not winning no fights with that health pool, okay? So, you want to fully focus on trying to be perfect Cell as soon as you can. But I think early game is very important because it establishes who is in control of the match. So, the fact that his early game is like very slow, like that to me makes him just a tad bit less viable. You know, in comparison to the other tanks in the game. His Big Bang Crash is actually very good. The range for it is insane. The fact that it applies movement speed down to enemies is really good. I think this right here is really good as well. The Raid Smash is just a very good way to like prevent enemies from running away. You know, if they're facing the other direction, you can just Raid Smash them. Really good stagger here. And regeneration is like a solid ability. I just hate that I accidentally press it sometimes, and it prevents me from doing other abilities. But it's a great way of just like regenerating, right? So it's not the best ability, I'm gonna be honest, because it breaks the momentum of Cell, but it's still like solid, definitely like useful, right? Um, his ult is actually solid if you know how to like use it. Because yeah, whenever like are using their ults, you can just use this as a way to prevent all of that. So it's very good for that purpose. And whenever you transform, you go into a 1v1 situation. Um, this definitely can be used, but opponents can like escape it, right? Like because it takes time for you and the opponent to go into that door. So and also you don't really stay for a very long period of time. So yeah, if you fail to like kill the opponent, he can probably just escape because fighting Cell is not gonna be in his benefit at that point. So again, very good tank, just not great at the beginning. That's his like sole weakness. So with that said, I would probably put Cell at A tier here. And moving on to 17. 17 is easily top 3 technicals of the game. Without a doubt in my mind, he's just very good. Everything in his kit is just annoying. His passive is probably, right now, the best passive in the game. Like, there's no better passive that is coming to mind, but for now, I'm just like, yeah, there's no passive better than 17's. The fact that you can just cheat and use another skill on cooldown again is insane. Oh, you want more damage from the barrier ball? Just use it again. Why not? You want to stun enemies? Just use it again. You want to gain more health with your ally? Just use it again. Why not? Also, if that runs out, you can also counter a barrier, which applies no health to all enemies. So if you're, versing one of the strongest characters in the game, Kale, while she's transforming, you can just counter barrier her, and her transformation is fully gone. It's insane how good 17 is and how versatile he really is. I can't explain how good he is. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna put him in the S tier. Is really good. Is the S tier. Now, okay. So this is where I kind of crash out here, right? Fuck this character and whoever made him. I hate Hit with a burning passion. Genuinely one of the worst things that happened in this game. I never have fun fighting Hits. In any way, bro. In any way. I thought Krillin was like annoying. No, Hit is just much worse than that, man. Hit is genuinely the most cancerous character of all time. The fact that they have a specific, like two specific divine draws made for him is crazy. Like, what do you mean Spirited Away and the clouds are like basically instant buffs for Hit? It's crazy, man. The fact that he can just disappear, run away whenever, kill you whenever, never have a fear of dying at all. Like, I'm sorry, that's just cancer. In any match, you can just disappear, hit the tower once, run again because you can't do that. You're hit, right? It's just I'm like I hate that. His ult is so good for no reason. Why is that ult like duration range so long? If like whenever like he uses that, you're cooked. There's nothing you can do about it, man. You are about to be fucked in the ass by Hits. What's gonna happen, right? Hit is like lurking in the shadows, knowing he's gonna kill you right there. I hate Hit with a burning passion, man. Get him out of the game, man. Man, put this fucker in S tier. I don't care. Genuine, like, worst character in the game. I hate fighting him. Even if he's on my team, I still hate him. I don't care. Moving on. I don't even. I forgot the character. I was so mad. I forgot who's next here. Gammas. Okay. All right. So Gammas are all right. like I have my opinions a bit changed from back then, right? Like, I don't think they're the worst damage dealers anymore. I think they're better than that. Okay. I still don't think they're that good either. I don't know. Like, my problem with Gammas primarily is like how much you can combo these moves with each other and how awkward like switching characters can feel with these two. Because sometimes you want to be on like maybe Gamma one, right? Because you want to like deal a lot of damage. But the problem is, he's low on health. So if he dies, your like skill one is locked until you go back or you ult, right? You have skill two, which is probably most uses like move, I would say, for gammas, because they never hit. I'm sorry. That's my biggest issue with the skill 2 is it feels like it never hits the target. It takes way too long for it to, like, you can see like there's animations to it, right? It's not like Goku where he just jumps on you, or Trunks where he like instantly is on your ass. No, like, it takes time for it to hit. His Gamma Blaster is just useless. I'm sorry. That peanuts damage is not killing anyone, okay? His primary way of doing anything is Gamma Strike. That's the bread and butter of Gammas. If you know how to use these moves, you're killing a lot of people, right? Like, that's what makes like Gamma from a shit tier character to like an actual usable one. And special pose, I think special pose is like, the reason Gammas are actually good to use, right? Because if one of the gammas is dead, you can just bring him back by special posing, and also that there's this like very small duration of a stagger on the enemy. If you have your ally with you, they can actually utilize that point to attack the opponent, and yeah, like, that does help like a very good amount, right? And the damage you're gonna be doing with special pose is very good. And core breaker feels like a gimmick move, but it definitely can be used, right? Like, there are situations where Core Breaker can like be the game ender, but again, it's very niche. Like, a lot of the times, people are gonna see the gammas go up. They're probably gonna run away. You're not gonna be able to like actually kill them. So Core Breaker is not like, again, it feels like a gimmick move than anything here. But yeah, I think they're okay now, right? In my eyes, they're not as bad as they used to be. But there are definitely just better characters overall. So I'll put these characters on B tier, just because I don't think they're killing any of these characters above above that. So yeah, gammas now have a higher tier. I'm not a gamma hater because I love gammas. I love these characters. I wish for a buff for them, man. Like, I love these characters, but right now they're not the most fun to play with. I'm gonna be completely honest. Moving on to Kale, my main. Look, I think everyone knows that she's definitely going to get nerfed. Okay, it's not fair. Like, every time you play against Kale, you know you're getting destroyed if that kill is somewhat decent. Okay, she is my main after all, so I think I can fully break down why she is just insanely overpowered. And it's not just her ult, really. Like, her ult is part of the problem for sure, right? The fact that the duration of the ult is so long is insane, right? Like, I'm sorry, that she can just literally team kill just by using her ult, which is insane. And the fact that she gains no obstruction means nobody is stunning her, nobody is running under towers. Even if you're under the tower, she can still follow you into the tower and kill you. The tower is not gonna push her out. Also, the most insane combo in the game, skill 1, blaster shot, and skill 3, energy sphere, is killing everybody, okay? That damage burst is crazy good. No one is doing this type of damage but Kale. So I don't need to like further explain why she is to me the best character in the game. But yeah, Kale is just that guy. Like that's all I gotta say. So for that, S tier for sure. Um, so yeah, not not even close. I can't. So even though Super Saiyan 3 Goku is here, I can't really rank him. But I think based on what I've seen from him, I think he's a definite S tier. But again, we'll have to really see when the actual character comes out. But based on what I've seen from his kit, he can definitely easily just be an S tier because of that instant transmission, man. That instant transmission is gonna be the deal breaker in this like whole game, man. Like I'm probably gonna crash out from that instant transmission so many times, but we'll have to see. So best in role. I think Kill. It's not me being biased. I genuinely think that Kale like carries more games than Goku. I think Goku is still definitely like him and Kale. I would really just put these two here, right? Because I think these two characters are so far above the rest when it comes to just being good at the game that I am comfortable just putting these two here. Um, Cooler definitely like the best tank in the game, right? Like there's no competition here. I think Cooler literally decimates everyone at being everything in this game. He's gonna get nerfed, but for now, he is best in role. Best technical. Last time was Gohan. This time, yeah. it's I hate this character so much, but yeah, he's genuinely the best technical in the game right now, just because of how much he does. Like if there is a good hit on your team, you're winning the game. That's all I can say. And yeah, that is the tier list. Very long one, but I'm glad I made it. You know, because the season is coming to an end, so I thought why not update it before it does, and we'll see how everything changes whenever season one starts and we fully get our opinions out. If there's like major changes to my tier list, I'll definitely be making more in the future. So if you like this type of content, maybe leave a like, subscribe, and you know, share the video. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye bye.